Welcome to episode 4 of the Jadon Sancho series, and I hope you guys weren't waiting a bit too long for this one. I'm going to be honest, I did leave you guys hanging for quite a while for this series. It's been, I think, 3 weeks or just about. And I'll be honest, the main reason why I was away from this series for a little bit was maybe because I was enjoying the Dylan Wright career mode just a teensy weensy bit more than the Jadon Sancho career mode. And for that, I do apologize for anyone who was enjoying the Jadon Sancho career mode. But now we're going to try to grind it while I still can. I'm going to be putting more of a focus on Jadon Sancho since I'm very far ahead when it comes to recordings with the Dylan Wright series. And if you guys do enjoy this video, I would definitely appreciate it if you did hit the like button. And if you did subscribe, because we're closing in on 500 subscribers. Like, we're almost there, just 50 subscribers away from 100, from 500 I mean. And if you guys would subscribe, I'd greatly appreciate it. But anyways, I'm going to be heading straight into the gameplay with Jadon Sancho and to see how we do to end off Season 1 and begin Season 2. It is the DFB Pokal final, and it is our second opportunity to grabbing some silverware this season, with us failing to do so against Bayern earlier in the season with the Super Cup, and also failing to do so against Bayern in the league by being, well, dominated per se. Not super dominated, but Bayern did win the league. We failed to do that. Got knocked out in the Champions League in the quarterfinals too. So the DFB Pokal is one way of us to get some silverware and knock off one objective of ours in our career. We do start off the game well. We're flowing in the first half. We're the ones kind of in control. Trying to be more comfortable, dribbling a bit more, trying to create. And eventually a few chances do start flowing. We get the ball once more. We basically become one of the main men in the Dortmund team ever since our arrival, and more so near the end of the season. And eventually we were knocking on the door, and eventually the door did come down, crashing down thanks to Daniel Malen. He's the one to score a goal in the DFB Pokal final. Many of us are wondering why Malen is the one starting and not Sebastian Haller, but hey, we don't question what the coach decides to do, and at the end of the day, Malen is the man who separates us from VfL Wolfsburg, and he is the one who wins us the DFB Pokal. This is definitely the ideal way to end off our first season back at Borussia Dortmund as Jadon Sancho, and the man to lift up the trophy is going to be Martin Odegaard. He wasn't really featuring so much in this season, but hey, he did feature in this cup final. He's the one wearing the armband, and he's the one who's going to lift it up high. It's another trophy to put in the cabinet of Borussia Dortmund, another piece of history to cherish and to celebrate. And not only that, probably our first trophy, and maybe our only trophy we're going to win with certain players like Jude Bellingham and Martin Odegaard. It's the only time we're going to be able to win trophies with these types of guys. That is if we do end up leaving next season, and I doubt that the Borussia Dortmund board has any plans of selling us. But the rumors have been circulating that with our high value and the fact that so many teams are putting in so much money in front of the Dortmund board, that it is possible that they will force us to leave the club in a way by saying, hey Sancho, listen man, we need the cash, we need the money, so yeah, you might as well just leave. And yeah, that is a possibility. There is a possibility of that happening, but whether or not it does happen, we'll have to wait until later on in this episode. Moving into Season 2, Borussia Dortmund did decide to splash the cash on quite a few players, Mazraoui being a part of them, and also one I didn't show, but he is also a part of the club, is going to be Kyle Walker. But anyways, our season does start off against Bayern Munich in the Super Cup final, as it always does. This feels more like a ceremonial match, like a traditional match that we kind of have to get out of the way at the beginning of every season. Bayern does get their fair share of opportunities. Thankfully, Kobel is good at saving penalties and saving a couple of long shots too. Unfortunately for us, there's still a bit of rust, we're still, it's just trying to get back into it, so we do falter in a few chances, and Bayern Munich are able to score. They get their second penalty of the game, and this time Immobile does put it away. We trail in the 80th minute. We do need something to put us back into this game. Jude Bellingham is able to square it to, I think that is Sebastian Haller. Yeah, it is Sebastian Haller, and just like that, in the 80th minute, we do equalize with Bayern, and this game might be heading into penalties. After the deadlock is unable to be broken, the referee does blow the whistle for the end of regular time, and since it is the Super Cup, there's no extra time, we're heading straight into penalties. And I'll be honest, the penalty shootout was feeling a bit awkward. was definitely feeling a bit more tighter than usual. Maybe it's because both teams have been away from football for quite a bit of time now. I mean, 2 months is quite some time to be away from the professional football landscape, from playing again in competitive matches. But we were able to score most of our penalties. Both sides were a bit rusty. The penalties didn't have as much venom as they normally do. But as long as they go in, not many people will be complaining. And unfortunately, some of the players like Odegaard and Haller definitely needed to go back to the training ground to practice their penalties. And we were going to be put in a bit of trouble, in a bit of a tight spot. We would leave it all up to Jude Bellingham to be the one to keep us into this game. Would he be able to do it? Yes, he could. He puts it in bottom left hand side. But Bellingham isn't the only one we need a bit of help from. Gregor Kobel also has to do his job and save a penalty from Leon Goretzka. He puts a bit of power into it, but Gregor Kobel is able to guess the right way and he saves us in this penalty shootout, and we head into sudden death. And Manuel Neuer saves his penalty, so once again we ask Kobel to make the save against Alphonso Davies, and he is able to do it once again. What a goalkeeper we have. And now I think it is time for Nog to be the one to take his penalty. He's able to score it. Neuer is rooted to the spot, and Kobel is put in this situation again. Gravenberch steps up for Bayern. If Kobel saves this, we win the Super Cup. It will be the first time in a long time that we do it, and Kobel is able to guess the right way once more, and he wins us the German Super Cup. What a performance from him overall in the game, not only in the shootout but also in the game, keeping us in many ways. And now we are the ones to lift up the trophy at the end of the day. It is definitely a good curtain raiser to put into the trophy cabinet, a good way to start off our season on the right foot. This time it will be Emre Can to lift up the trophy, and with this trophy lift, there's one thing on every Dortmund player's mind. It's about to be one hell of a season. Winning a trophy always feels good, and winning a trophy warrants a celebration, and that is exactly what we're having in the locker rooms. But we can't celebrate for long, as the season is underway, and we do start off our season against Wolfsburg. But Jadon Sancho just was not performing well. We're not feeling ourselves in the Wolfsburg game, and this did cause us to, well, not pick up as many points as we should have. We did draw the game against Wolfsburg, and everyone is seeing that Sancho is just not quite the Sancho he was last season. I don't know, maybe it's just a bit of rust, maybe he's just still trying to get used to being back into football. And if Sancho isn't the one scoring the goals anyways, we don't need to worry, because we do got Sebastian Haller. He's one really good striker. He's the one who's able to smash in the goals. As in our match against Bayern, penalties are apparent once more, and Immobile scores his penalty once more. But Haller shows that he is the better striker, not needing a penalty to score all his goals. He is able to be the difference maker in our match against Bayern. But again, the manager is looking at us, Jadon Sancho, and asking himself, what is going on with Sancho? He's not performing as well as we want him to be. He's not performing as well as he really should be. And that is causing a bit of concern for everyone at the club. But anyways, this will be where the episode ends. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, leave a like. And like I said, subscribe if you want to, because we are about to hit 500 subscribers, and I'd greatly appreciate it if you did subscribe. But until the next episode, see you later.